Welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights, and today I'm putting together some garlic bread, some beautiful garlic bread. So let's get to the ingredients. We need some warm milk. 1 cup of warm milk, 1 large egg, and a 1/4 cup of sugar, and we'll just whisk this together until it incorporates. That should do that. To this we'll add 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we'll bring our dough together. You mix well until the dough forms. Just continue mixing until everything is incorporated and the dough forms. So we have the dough that's forming here. And we'll just let this rest for 20 minutes. So while we're waiting on the dough to rise, I have minced my garlic. I have about 3 tablespoons of minced garlic here, and my butter is at room temperature, waiting to be added. And I'm also mincing my parsley to make that garlic butter paste that I'm going to put in the bread that I'll be basting it with. So we'll be back. It's about that time to continue with the dough. So let's continue with the dough. And 20 minutes have gone by for the resting of the dough. And at this point, I'll add 2 ounces of room temperature butter. And let's get this is 4 ounces. It's like a 1/2 stick. And we work this into the flour. like a half a stick of butter, and we work that into the flour. I'll work that into the flour until it becomes a smooth dough again. Once it's kneaded in, the butter is kneaded in, transfer to a lightly floured surface. Just lightly flour my mat here, and I'll turn this out, turn the dough out onto the mat, and continue kneading until it becomes smooth and elastic. You know, when it stretches, it doesn't break. So that's quite a bit of kneading. So I'll be back. Hello. After about 5 minutes of kneading, it's nice and smooth. We place it back into an oiled bowl. Back into an oiled bowl. After about 10 minutes of kneading, it's nice and smooth. And we drizzle some oil on the top so that it wouldn't get a crust. Then we cover it for 1 hour and let it rise. Let it rise for 1 hour. And I'll be back. So whilst our dough is resting and rising to double in size, we are just going to prepare the garlic paste, the butter garlic paste that we're going to put inside the garlic bread, that we're going to paint the garlic bread with. So this, we're using 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, softened butter. One cup of butter. Two tablespoons of minced garlic. 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley, or you can use the dried parsley. And you just give this a mix. So this is your garlic butter paste that you're going to paint your garlic bread. We're going to paint the inside of the garlic bread with this mixture before we bake it. So a wonderful garlic paste. And we set this aside. Just cover this and set this aside. And I'll be back. So guys, after 1 hour, the dough has doubled in size. And now I'm going to degas it. I'm just going to take all that air out of there, and then we'll make our garlic breads, our little garlic breads. this into a nice little ball here. I'm going to cut this into 9 pieces. 3. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, not pretty. Okay, so now we'll just make 9 little dough balls again. 9 little dough balls. So we have our 9 little dough balls. We're going to roll this out. Just prepare your pan ahead of time. Make sure your pan is prepared. And at this point, you can preheat the oven because you're just going to set this aside. Once we finished we take a brush and brush the garlic paste, or you can use a spatula, which might be better, just to spread the garlic paste. Then we take a pizza cutter. I'm going to cut some ridges inside. We're not going to cut the edges outside, just the inside. And then we'll go ahead and we'll roll this. Roll it on a slant. And once we like that, we bring the edges together and we press them to seal. We have our little garlic knots here, not garlic breads. I have a prepared pan. This is where I'm going to rest them. So I'll show you that process again. take a spatula and spread. Spatula or a brush. Pizza cutter or a knife. So you get your ridges, you roll. You start rolling on the slant. Just like that. We bring it together. Pinch our edges together here. Together, and there we are. So once you've finished making all your little dough rolls, garlic bread rolls, make an egg wash with 2 tablespoons of milk, or I'm using heavy cream. And 1 large egg. Simple egg wash, and we're just going to brush them with the egg wash. So these are going to go into the preheated oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. So preheated my oven, 350. And this is optional, but it just looks pretty good. Bam. And in we go. And I'll be back with a finished product. After 25 minutes, this is what it looks like. Once it was out of the oven, I brushed with some melted butter. Give it that lovely sheen. So here we are. Some beautiful garlic bread. I hope you'll try this recipe. It's really easy. And I'll see you in the next clip. Thank you for watching.